So, we haven't talked yet in this vlog, so it is Wednesday already. I'm still struggling, not only with work, but like my head is just not in the game at the moment. So yeah, I didn't fancy talking to the camera yet in this vlog, but I thought I needed to check in because I finished Genesis by Karen Slaughter, and no, not my book. It has incredibly good reviews online, which I thought was quite questionable. But you know, what am I to say about other people's taste? But yeah, I don't know. It's been a week. It's been a week. we only have Wednesday. Let's start with the book and then go to all of the other things that I was up to whilst not checking in with you. I finished this one yesterday. What can I say about it? I don't particularly love the main character, which is a problem as always. I think the thrillery parts are fitting for thriller. They are fine. I don't know. I don't think that they are brilliant. I don't think that they are bad. I think it's like quite your average thriller of like, you know, I feel like 2010s around that time, like it feels like that, you know, a little bit like the Casey Rice books and Simon Beckett, you know, all of the books that were really similar that came out during like started like in that time when I was a teen. Yeah, it feels like that. But then there was a really, really questionable sex scene in there that you can either interpret as rough housing or as sexual assault. And I think it was too gray of a scene to include in the book. In my personal opinion, it ruined the main character even more for me because of the questionability. I don't like either character that is involved in the scene, which is the main character and a woman. I don't like either of them. I think both are questionable characters, but I think the scene is just a no-go for me personally. So I gave it the book 2 stars. It's an average thriller with questionable choices, and yeah. I couldn't care less, to be honest. I don't think I will actively buy a Karen Slaughter book again, but I read the ones that I have now, and I can lay that to rest. I think I really need to try a more current thriller. I tried Riley Sager. I'm gonna put the name on screen. I've forgotten how it's called. Didn't like that one particularly well, so I might need to look around for that. Yeah, other than that, I'm currently, I don't know, even know if you can tell, I'm currently allergy testing my new hair dye came. Let's all hope that I am not allergic to it. We will find out in a couple of days. Other than that, I started a new knitting project, as I told you, I think at the end of the last vlog, and it is looking like this right now. It is just a top that gets closed with some loops. So yeah, I don't know if I love the color, but we'll see. And yeah, other than that, I have done next to nothing, to be honest, the last couple of days. So yeah, I don't know. I will check in with you once I choose the next book. We'll see. We'll see. So I just remembered that I also started listening to A Taste for Poison again, which is a non-fiction book about true crime cases in which poison was used and like how they did it, all of the information about the poison and all of that. Super interesting. I'm halfway through already. Totally forgot that. So yeah, I wanted to add that before I forget again. So I finished the audiobook yesterday, which was A Taste for Poison. Still a 5-star, really interesting. I think if you like true crime and you like the less sensationalized books about cases, I think that one is one that is really, really good. Just like showing you how, like, first of all, obviously it has a lot more female serial killers because females tend to use poison. It's just a lot more used by women, although there are also like males in the book, or men. But yeah, I think it's just the way the author goes about the topic is really interesting because he goes from like a scientific standpoint. The first case is insulin, for example, where a husband injected his wife insulin, so she would go into a diabetic shock. I don't know if it's actually called a diabetic shock, but the shock diabetics can go into if they get too much insulin, because obviously your body can't really handle that. So if you use too much insulin in yourself, you go into shock. There was a case in my family. My family member did that. It's really scary. And so he killed his wife after that. And so it's kind of an example of like everyday drugs, how they can be used for bad, even though they are primarily used for good. That is kind of what the book is really all about, and it's super interesting when it comes to that. And also the cases like have a pretty long time range, which I think is really cool to just see how it hasn't really changed, like the horrible things people do to each other. So yeah, really love that one. And then when I was lying in bed yesterday, I was looking on my library app, just looking for something to read because I didn't want to get up and get my book. And I found the book, it's called Home, I think, and it's by Martha Wells, and it is the book 4.5 in the Murderbot series, which I didn't know existed. It's a short story, it's really short, it's just 20 pages. But yeah, it was super cool. I gave it 5 stars. Does it necessarily deserve 5 stars? Debatable, but I love the series and I don't care. But yeah, it's a really really short snippet that is between books 4 and 5. Like it is like directly after book 4, and I really liked it. I liked the interaction. It is the main character is Mensa. In that book, which is nice because obviously otherwise we, I think, primarily get Murderbot's perspective, and so getting the perspective of one of the other guys in the crew, especially the crew leader, is really really cool. And so I really enjoyed that kind of like really small snippet to the story, which yeah, it's amazing. Also, two things I forgot. One I wanted to talk about last week already, but like the first thing with the Martha Wells series, I know that there is a series out there for Murderbot, which is currently on Apple. So because I don't have the Apple subscription for like the movies, I'm waiting till all of this the episodes are out so I can get the test period ones, and then watch the complete series. So if you've watched that series, please leave me your opinion down below how it is, because I'm afraid it's not going to be good, because that is a track record that series, TV shows, and movies have that are like book adaptations. So yeah, if you've read it, if you've watched it and read the books, please tell me down below how you thought it was. And then the second one, have you watched the trailer for Hail Mary by Andy Weir? I loved the trailer. I'm so looking forward to that movie. I think that is actually one I really, really want to go to the cinema for. I'm not somebody who goes to the cinema often. We used to, because we had a really good cinema in like really near to us, but that closed down. We moved, and now we have like an average cinema a little bit further away, so it's not as tempting to go and watch a movie. Also, I don't think there were really all that many movies that I really wanted to watch in cinema in the last like year or so. But yeah, I think the movie comes out in January or something next year, so it is quite a wait still. But I loved Hail Mary, and the trailer really reminded me of Interstellar, with like how the atmosphere and everything. And I love Interstellar, one of my favorite sci-fi movies. And so yeah, have you watched the trailer? Have you read Hail Mary by Andy Weir? You really should. If you want to watch the trailer, read the book. It is an amazing book. But yeah, I think they actually cast really good people in the movie. I'm really really like, it's really interesting. Some people were like, oh, they show too much in the trailer. I think they show the perfect amount to really get you into the movie. So yeah, I think that is a debatable topic, but I love the trailer and I really want to watch the movie, and I'm kind of annoyed that I'm gonna have to wait so long. I am tempted to do a reread of Hail Mary, like closer to when the movie will come out, just so I have the book fresh in my mind and then can watch the movie. I think that might be something that I will be doing. But yeah, we'll have to see. It is a little bit hidden still. So yeah, it's not something that is like happening in the next few months, but I might just spend December doing that. So yeah, we have 3 books left on my TBR for the month, which is good. That means I can slow down a little bit or like put more books on my TBR, but I might just slow down. I'm feeling a little bit burned out from everything, from life pretty much at the moment, and I'm having a hard time motivating myself to actually physically read, and I don't like a lot of audiobooks, so it's making it a little bit harder to keeping up with reading. So yeah, I don't know how much I will get done the rest of the week, to be honest. But yeah, I just want to be really honest with you, and I am, yeah, just slightly burned out at the moment. But obviously these are vlogs that are primarily about reading, so I will do at least some reading. I just don't know what book I will pick up next and if it's even on my TBR. We'll see. But yeah, that is the update for today. I will see you tomorrow, hopefully, with a newly started book. We're gonna see. But yeah, I don't know. Life is a lot at the moment, and I feel like I can't even complain because my life is really not that bad, but there's just so much happening at the moment, and yeah, life. I'm an adult. Also, an update to, I do think I updated you yesterday that I tried, oh, you can see it from far away already, that I tried the allergy-friendly hair dye. As you can see, I'm allergic to the allergy-friendly hair dye, which makes me really unhappy. As you can see, my hair is fading to like a dark brown. It looks like a natural hair color. I don't mind that at all, but I don't want to have a natural hair color per se, so I'm not really all that happy, even though I think it suits me. But yeah, I'm allergic to the allergy-friendly hair color, which I kind of suspected, but I didn't want to have it. So I'm gonna have to do a lot of thinking about my hair journey, what I want to do with my hair, and it makes me really sad. So we'll see what I will come up with next. Okay, so it is Saturday now. I did start another book, but I'm not feeling it. So I'm gonna put the book away. But I just wanted to briefly talk about it. I did start Of Jade and Dragons by Amber Chan. This is the naked version. The dust jacket is lying somewhere else. So yeah, this is incredibly pretty. The little bit I did read was not bad. I'm just really not feeling it at the moment. The stencil edges is just really, really pretty. The book is about a girl, because I don't think she's even of age yet, whose father gets killed, and it's a pretty, like, the society is pretty harsh on gender roles, which a little bit annoying. I don't get why we have to, like, I get why it's done, but like, I love fantasy more that is kind of not rooted as much as in reality with like the problems and stuff, which is obviously a really personal preference. But yeah, it's a world with pretty strict gender rules, and she comes more after her father, and her mother isn't alive anymore, and so she takes after him when it comes to like engineering and stuff. And her father gets killed. He's the clan chef of her clan. They live in like tents, and she finds like a book from him, and in his dying breath he's like, please destroy the book. And so she finds out he's killed because of the book. There are some really dangerous things in the book, and she then kind of takes it on herself to find out what happened, why they killed him, all of that. And so she tries to get into the engineering guild where her father had his education, and to do that she has to hide herself as a boy. That is the book. I don't know, it might be good. I'm skeptical, but yeah, up until now I'm just at the point where her father was killed. So yeah, not a bad start. I think the start was actually really interesting. It's just that I know the themes of the book, and it's not what I personally love to read. It's one of the book books. I think it's one of the last ones I got from the Lumi crate when I got the fantasy one still. So yeah, I'm not feeling it right now. So I'm gonna put this one away and I will probably choose another book on Monday. Today is Saturday. Probably won't read much. I might try and listen to an audiobook tonight, but it depends on if I'm able to find one that I'm interested in from my library that I can actually lend like today and not have to wait for months, which is a pretty big problem with my library. But yeah, other than that, I did a project today because I haven't enough to do. But yeah, it was a project that needed to be done, and it has to do with this room, which is pretty bright at the moment, and it has to do with all of the chaos because this whole reading room, library / craft room is in complete chaos now because we put flooring into the storage room finally. And let me see if I can put you so you can see it. Yeah. It's a different color than the flooring we put in this room, but I don't care, to be honest. We never put flooring in this room because when we moved in here, which is like 4 years ago now, we never thought it would be more than a storage room. But now that I'm in this room, because originally my partner was in this room, but it didn't work out for a couple of reasons. And so we switched rooms for like our hobby spaces. And originally I just used it as a storage room, but now I want to make it more usable. And it always annoyed me that there wasn't a flooring in there, that it was just I don't know what it's called in English. In Germany, it's called Beton. I'm gonna put the word here because I don't know what it's called in English. And so, yeah, I was always annoyed with that, but I didn't really want to spend the money. And then, I thought, and it made me incredibly unhappy how it looked and that it wasn't really a usable room for me. And so I decided yesterday I need to buy flooring. We need to do this now. And so that is what we did. My partner went to the store, bought me the flooring that I wanted, but I paid for it, but like he went and got it because I had some stomach troubles yesterday. But he was nice enough and got it for me. And so this morning it took us like an hour and a half. We put the flooring in. Wonderful. It's relatively cheap flooring, but to be honest, I don't care. It is a floor in there now. And yeah, as you can see, it's completely empty still because all of the stuff that was in there is now in here. I did declutter a lot of it, which was really needed and really good. And now the rest of this weekend, so today and tomorrow, I will organize this room, make it look pretty and really usable. And yeah, that is probably what I will be doing the rest of the weekend. So I probably won't be reading anything at all. Or if I do, it's probably gonna be a pretty small amount of reading and mostly like really organizing this because I want to have it incredibly usable, so that I want to spend time in there and use it for crafting because all of my crafting stuff goes in there. So yeah, that is the plan, but I'm really happy that we finally tackled it because it was long overdue, which are a lot of projects in our apartment, but we're trying to tackle them one after the other, but it's it can be expensive. This one wasn't actually. I think I spent 35 euros for like the complete flooring and the noise isolation you have to put underneath the flooring. Like 35 euros is not bad in my opinion. I mean, it is a pretty small room. It's 4 square meters, so it is really, really small. But yeah, it was in the budget, so I paid for it. But yeah, that is kind of the update for today. That is what I spent the rest of my day doing. But I'm looking kind of forward to it because I will be really happy once it's done. Those shelves that are in there, it will move out at some point. But I don't have the money to buy new shelves. They are pretty crappy because we had to remove the feet because they were at a different place in our apartment where they didn't fit with the feet underneath. So because I didn't have money to exchange them at the point when we moved in here, I chopped the feet off so they fit, which made sense at the time, but they aren't even now. They are pretty, they aren't nice anymore. They were cheap shelves anyway, and now they aren't nice anymore as well. So I will have to exchange them at some point, but I'm gonna have to wait till I find suitable secondhand ones, or I have the money to do that, which I'm not willing to spend at the moment. But yeah, that is an update with this room. When I come back on Monday in the next vlog, you will see an update how it's looking. Hopefully it will be looking really nice, and hopefully it will give me a little bit of like less stress about life and about this whole situation with these two rooms. We'll see, but I'm hopeful. So yeah, that is the end of the week. I'm sorry that this wasn't as reading focused as it should have been, but you know, I'm only human. I can't change how I'm feeling. Well, I can't change how I feel, but like it was a stressful week, and that is just how life went this week. So yeah, I thank you so much if you watched till the end. Yeah, I really appreciate it. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully I will see you next week with hopefully a little bit more reading. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.